Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions. And I'm guessing you guys can hear me. I've been having technical issues this morning, which is why I'm running late. I apologize. Things happen. So if you'll forgive me, I'm going to unpin my hair while I'm talking to you. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions out of the chat. Just put your questions in. Thank you. Before I come on, 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. And this is, I take your questions and I read on the collective energy. This is not 100% accurate, but it is interesting the insights we can get. And we have gotten in the past, so. All right. Kathy Delisle says, do you know when you shave a standard poodle down, they resemble a Doberman? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Kay Rubio says, I pin curl my hair too. It's so much easier on your hair. It doesn't fry your hair. So I just wash my hair. I let it dry almost completely and just pin it up. That's how I do. Oh, thank you, Green Nightingale. Thank you. That's very sweet. Okay, goodness gracious. Do we... Two words for today. Alex Jones. Oh, it was glorious. Was watching part of his time in court, when he was on the witness stand. Oh, it was a thing of beauty. Oh, I think a lot of people have seen the part where the opposing lawyer, I guess I should write this down. I should mark down the time, 2:30. When the opposing lawyer said, you know how I got this information, right? Your lawyer gave me your entire phone. Your entire phone. And the next number of questions I'm about to go over, it's going to have a lot to do with that, because he really handed, oh gosh, I feel wet spot, sorry. My shirt. He handed over his entire phone. Not great. Heather Formosa said, I watched it twice just for fun. Yeah. So anyway. Oh, it was glorious. The number of times that Alex, it wasn't just that point. There were other points too, where there was this part where Alex Jones is trying to pretend that he doesn't make as much money as he does, and that he's going bankrupt. Matter of fact, he got in trouble with the judge because he would say things like, I'm going bankrupt, or I'm declaring bankruptcy, or whatever. And she said, no. That's not true. It is not true. So you are not going to lie in my courtroom. And I mean, she spent a quarter of the time in that courtroom saying, Mr. Jones, just answer the question. Is that your email address? And after he's been trying to bluster, he's just like, yes. And you can tell he just keeps wanting to blah, 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 blah. As a matter of fact, there was one point at which, gosh, where was it? Gosh, it was late. It was the last thing I watched, where he was confronted, with how much money he's likely making. How much money do you think you've made off of lying about the Sandy Hook family and what have you. And he responded to me like, how much money do you think the military industrial complex has made over blah, blah, blah. And I mean, he's just, he is so used to being a bully. He is so used to only dealing with people who do what he says, who are on his payroll. I guess he's remarried now. And so he isn't dealing with an ex-wife who has has her own thoughts or knew him back before when. And oh my gosh, he's just not used to anybody, excuse the term, telling him to shut up. It was worth the price of admission just for that. And the price of admission is how much time I have to, be doing stuff like that. There are only so many hours in the day, but oh my gosh, glory. Oh, glorious. So it turns out, I'm sorry, I'm just talking at this point. It turns out, instead of someone at Alex Jones's law office setting out a certain amount of email, text messages, emails, what have you, and handing them over to the plaintiffs, someone at that office took Alex Jones's phone, actual phone, dropped it into an envelope, and sent it to the plaintiff's lawyers. The whole thing. Think of what goes on you could get through someone's phone, because he handed over access, I guess, to it, to passcodes or whatever, because they were able to see all of his text messages going back for at least 2 years. All of his text messages. You can get access to emails. What does he have photographs of? The whole thing. And while this case is civil, keep in mind that this is not a copy. It's the actual phone, which means as a member of the court, what's the word? There's a word for it. You're part of the system. When you come into, when evidence of possible crimes, actual crimes, comes into your possession, you have no choice, you must hand it over to law enforcement. The whole thing. Officer of the court. Thank you, Wiki. The whole thing. To law enforcement. Also, thank you, Doxy. Also, the DOJ is saying, oh, yes, please, we are subpoenaing all that information related to January 6th. Okay, thanks. There's so much to read on here, because one of the things that was on there is someone who works for Alex Jones contacts him very often saying, this is how much we sold today. How many of his products, his prepper food, his colloidal silver grossness, whatever else, all the merch, everything. This person sends a message to Alex Jones very often saying, this is how much money we brought in today. This much profit. This is the total, and then this much is profit. So Alex Jones was telling everybody he's lucky if he gets like 20% profit off of what he sells. Oh, nay. It's more like 60% profit, 70% profit. So he has potentially been lying about his income. So you have this part of the trial, which is whether or not he's culpable for damage. He should pay damages. Then in the sentencing, or not the sentence, well, not whatever the civil equivalent of sentencing is, where you damages. That's it. In the damages part of the trial, information about his financial situation is very, very important, and he wasn't turning it over. But now, do 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 do, the more you know. Alex Jones phone. So there are questions. I've already spent I've already spent a good 11 minutes talking about this, but, or 8 minutes about talking about this, but, oh my gosh. So Doxy Mom was asking, the prosecuting attorneys in the Alex Jones defamation trial just recently received a copy of his texts for the last 2 years. Are there any incriminating texts about January 6th? Okay, there are a number of questions here about this. So, oh my gosh. Okay, let me put this out of the way for just a second. So, the January 6th, that's a question, but I don't even think it's the first question. Will his phone go to criminal law enforcement? Will he leading to indictment? Will the look on his face when the plaintiff's lawyer confronted him with those texts from the guy who sends him all the monetary information? I mean, he was just like, is this the text? And he just went like, mwah. Okay. Will his phone go to criminal law enforcement leading to indictment? Will the Sandy Hook families get bankruptible? I just made up a word. Bankruptible amounts from Jones in damages. Actual bankruptcy, not actual bankruptcy, not Jones whining. No, he's lying. It's more than lying. Yeah, just put lying. Are there incriminating texts about January 6th? Do people like Roger Stone have to worry now? Will this incriminate Donald Trump? I mean, it's just, oh gosh. So let's just, my description's too long. Hang on, let me dump this part right here, down here. Oh, it's so glorious. Oh, it is so glorious. All right, let me just, at 15 minutes in, let me start with 15 minutes in. Yay. Okay. Oh, Taylor B asking, where is Alex Jones hiding his money? Oh, I'm sure there are overseas accounts, and yeah. Yes. Doxy Mom, the wonderful possibilities are endless. Yes. How can we do one big super spread? Oh, I don't think we need to. I think we need to. Sorry, this isn't sitting properly. I need to move this. We've done this right here. Okay, I'm going to grab this. All right. Oh, IRS. Oh, yes, that was the other thing. IRS was great. It was bankruptcy, indictment, IRS. Okay. Let's read on the stupid downfall of stupid Alex Jones. Shay Laughter. I have all the faith in you. Thank you. All right. Let's do 1615, actually. 1615. Will Alex Jones' phone? There's a very strange... Oh, perjury. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot perjury. Wait. Perjury. Okay. All right. I need to start, but okay. Let's just say 17 and just go from here. Let's just run through these questions. Try to calm down. Okay. Save. Add to stream. Okay, here we are. So, first question. Will Alex Jones' phone go to criminal law enforcement leading to indictment? Will Alex Jones' phone go to law enforcement leading to indictment? This answers a Sandy Hook thing right here. These are people who it's not a happy family card, but it's a loving family who've lost their children. This is him having no money. Good luck paying for your fast food diet. Although his fast food diet, I hear, is not quite as bad as Glenn Beck's. Apparently Glenn Beck's fast food diet is wow bad. But okay. Is it going? That's the card for the reading. It feels like yes. Now, he's actually on the hook, on the defensive about a lot of things. So this prosecution will dovetail off, but for some reason it's answering the Sandy Hook question here, at least partially. The way he has done things, the way he has lived, you're done. You're over. Your life is now going to change, period. And he's, of course, going out and saying awful things. Really nice the way he put out that, talked about and put out that graphic about the judge in his case and a picture of her on fire. And when asked about it, he said, well, it's justice on fire. You're so done. You are so done. You're gonna get strung up by your heels in so many different ways. Okay, so this is a whole bundle of energy, but let's ask specifically. I'll use a Celtic. Alex Jones, criminal criminal indictment. Well, he's home environment. He's feeling isolated. Hopes and fears is justice. What other people see. This is about I keep getting information about the Sandy Hook families. About them getting justice. About them getting some peace. Not a lot, but some peace. Alex Jones is the lowest of the low. I mean, he is right down there on the floor with Trump, below the floor. Tiffany Little, did you see the judge's face when they put the picture up? No, I was cleaning, and I was listening to a lot of it, and I'd like walk past and watch a little, and and I missed that part. I heard it, and apparently it did not go well. Hello, Squeaker Bunny. So I think we've got a judge right in the center of this particular case, and yeah, she's looking at his work going, really? And that he still seems to think that he's in a position to dictate. Tiffany Lee, you gotta see it. Okay. Oh, these are precious. Okay. So in the past, he's used to being on the defensive, saying things that conspiracy theories, and the plaintiff's attorney pointed out a good point, which is name one mass shooting, big loss of life incident where you didn't say it was a false flag operation. That's his shtick. That's what he does. No matter what kind of damage or pain it causes. And the more people attack him, the better his ratings go, the more money he's making. He had days, I'm not kidding you, he had days after CPAC. Well, he says it's after CPAC. It could be more often. He made $800,000 a day profits. Nope, you can't make that, sweetie. Nope. But you're a good boy. $800,000. He regularly, apparently he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars every day in profit in his business. We're in the wrong business, sweetie. Yes, we are. The problem is we have ethics. Yes, we're nice. We're nice. That's the issue. If we would say do readings and say Trump is great, and I didn't hurl my cookies at the thought, my channel could have a lot more members. I could make a lot more money. Yes, but he's evil. He is all the evils with a Z, EVILZ, evils. So he's making bank. So, and he's just going to keep on keeping on. This is not going to stop. Doesn't matter what they take away from him. This is his thing. This is his personality. This is his psychopathy. This is his, this is what he wants to be. He's just going to keep on keeping on. And the Sandy Hook families are going to just wipe him out financially. The base of this is his fear-mongering, his conspiracy theory garbage, and above, hanging over him right now. Frida Smet, autumn's turning to the dark side. No. My Scorpio stinger is retired. And besides, I couldn't live with myself. Tasha Monroe. Oh, this is all him. Yeah. And this is refusal to listen, to have empathy. It's a card of refusal, and cups are usually about emotion. They're about feelings. So I'm not getting so much the criminal indictment stuff at the moment, but I'm getting, oh, he's not going to change. So let's just have a quick look then, since it seems to be kind of answered perhaps already. So at 25:45, 25:45, will the Sandy Hook families get bankruptible amounts from Jones in damages, as in his actual bankruptcy? Sandy Hook family, are they going to financially bury Alex Jones? I can't clap because don't want to hit my hand, but oh man, Chariot, big, they're coming to get you. Wheel of Fortune is about to slam him into the ground. The card of poverty, out in the cold, in rags. Because he's still doing the garbage. He did. I guess in 2015, he had told the people who worked for him, we're not going to cover that anymore, because he was afraid of lawsuits. But by 2017, he just couldn't help himself, and he was back at it again. He's supposed to stop. And guess if he's going to stop. So even whatever they get at the beginning, or whatever they're going for, which would be good to hold him accountable to some extent, he's going to make some bad decisions. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe it. If his opinion is what matters. And he tries this weird double talk. I'm not even going to try to go into that. But oh my gosh. Alex Jones is a mophead. And the Sandy Hook family, is good for them, are the person pushing the mop. They are going to just wipe the floor with him. Oh, Frank is saying the texts are going to destroy a lot of maggots. Well, we're going to look at that too. Yes, Kathy Delisle, 3 ladies toasting goblets with goblets of Schadenfreude. Ah, lovely. All right. Now at 28:45, Alex Jones, will you be convicted of perjury? Because he lied. I mean, to the point where this poor judge has had to tell him repeatedly, you will not lie in my courtroom. So, Alex Jones, are you going to be convicted of perjury? I think there's something bigger than perjury in the wings. Oh, Linda Sue, is that a real quote? Please tell me that's a real quote, that the judge actually said, you know what perjury is, right? Please tell me that actually happened. Right now, things are not looking good for him. No, not even a little. And he's in that whole sitting pretty card. Honestly, I honestly, with the amount of debt Donald Trump is in, I actually wouldn't be surprised if Alex Jones has more money than Trump has. So, he did? That's what the attorney asked Alex Jones when he was on the stand. You know what perjury is, right? Oh, wow. She left her giggle. She's reveling in their demise. It's the giggle that gets me. It's infectious. Oh, wow. The prosecutor said that. You do know what perjury is, don't you? See, but here's the thing. This is the Sandy Hook families are going to get rewarded, but he's still Alex Jones. Kat Shepard, she also said, this isn't your show. Oh, I know that. Oh, I saw that. He's not going to change. And he still has his audience. That's where his bread is buttered, is with this extremism. And also, he really does believe his own garbage. And he's made so much money at it and hurt so many people. Oh my gosh. But actual perjury. Will Alex Jones be convicted of perjury? Well, the full thing. He was an idiot. He should not. Yes, dear. He really should not have. He shouldn't have been talking that way in the courtroom. I mean, seriously, everybody here has more of a brain and less ego. Insult to injury, full insult to injury. That's what he's been in that courtroom. And he's going to legally lose. Quiet as a tomb. Isolated. He's just going to keep going. I'm not seeing the perjury thing, although it could be a matter that the perjury is like he's in trouble for bigger crimes. And so there's like, look, tell you what, we'll make you a deal. We'll drop the perjury charges, but you're getting in trouble for this, this, and this. Will he go to prison? That is a very good way to ask, Elizabeth M. Yes, dear. Just a second. Will Jones go to prison? 3330. Okay. Will Alex Jones go to prison? Yes, it is the kitty talking. But I think I can quiet him down. Oh. Oops. Did I use the last one? I used the last one. Hi. Okay. I'm so sorry. Hang on one second. Dude. Okay. I love how some people are like, oh, just put the cat outside the door. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, I can tell you, even if I closed up the cat flap in the door, I can tell you how that would go. There would not be a moment's peace. Yeah, when they want to. These cats are loud. All right. So is Alex Jones 3430? $34.30. $34.45. Okay. They're lining up there. He can come get them himself. And hopefully we'll have a moment's peace. All right. 35. Will Alex Jones go to prison? Alex Jones. You just found them. It's not looking good. Legally, they're coming after him. This feels more like January 6th, because he was there. He was stirring up the crowd. See, stirring up the crowd. Trying to steal the election. I've got a hanged man right in the center, just hung up by his heels. And this is Biden's Justice Department. And it feels like evidence. Yeah, I think he's got trouble. Trouble's a brewing. Alex Jones. His energy is sweaty. Although at the moment it's more of a flop sweat, which he's still the same. Still, I am the center of all. What other people see? It's like I'm getting a mental image of him metaphorically being put in a clothes dryer and someone turning it on. That's the beating he's about to take from all sides. Home environment. Yeah. His whole life is about to change. All right, this is saying much of what I was getting before. And he was hoping to buy people off, lie about how much money he really has. This is not going to go well for him. So will he go to prison? What I'm getting is about some other things. It's a real possibility. There are big problems. Big problems. Now, is one of those problems at 38 minutes, is one of those problems going to be the IRS? Because apparently somebody was lying about how much money he has or how much money he makes. So IRS, come on down. They have apparently hired a lot of new people, and there's talk that there will be a lot more middle-class people who will be audited. Excuse me, if you are going to have those new people, I want to hear about them going and auditing people like Donald Trump, fully auditing those people. That's the priority. And that's also where you're most likely to get more money into the coffers of the United States. Not going after, your neighbor Bob, The IRS. Gonna go after Alex Jones, a little tax fraud there somewhere. Entertainment only. Oh, my toes just curled. It's lovely. The base is just so awful. Oh my gosh, those were bad ideas. He has socked money away. He's like gathered his stuff and he's like, don't mind me. Don't look where I go so you can't follow. And this is, I'm sorry, but this is lying. Entertainment only, YouTube, but oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Lies. Thompson twins. Lies, yeah. They're gonna get you. Home environment corruption. Hopes and fears. He's afraid of being caught. What other people see. Now, this is glorious. What other people see is the really big show. The chariot coming for Alex Jones. And the final outcome, the emperor, huh? The emperor. Yeah. And he just tries to stir stuff up. I'm voting more IRS than perjury charges, but Doxy Mom, will they be raiding his house before you can get rid of evidence? I think that there's going to be a lot. If they have this whole phone, how many of you have a banking app on your phone? Or have banking apps, plural, on your phone? Ricky, at least it wasn't a Thompson Twin song, Doctor, Doctor. Can't you see? Is this love I'm feeling? Anyway, come with me across the sea. True. We don't want people to be hurt. But all right, this is just so glorious. Okay. 4130. 4130. Oh, it might even get better. Electra Storm says, I refuse to have banking apps on my phones. Too many hackers. Okay. But a lot of people do. Okay, so 41, well, let's just say 42. Oops. Okay. Are there also incriminating texts about January 6th on Alex Jones's phone? Incriminating texts about January 6th? He thinks he's sitting pretty. They'll never find out. Really? Because I've got the phone of truth here. And, oh, there's so much information to get him in so much trouble in so many different ways. This is January 6th, but this could also be, see, a lot of this energy is like braided together around him because the lies start constricting. And this is part of this is overseas accounts, it feels like. But the emperor and the devil together, that's how it ends. Are there incriminating texts about or information about his involvement in January 6th? According to this, there are. He was there. He had his bullhorn. He thinks they haven't come after me yet, or I've been able to duck and dodge. But right here at the end, that's a major arcana, and it's ugly. Speaking of which, 4415. 4415. Do people like Roger Stone have to worry now? Do people like Roger Stone, because of Alex Jones's phone, does Roger Stone need to be worrying? Do these other people need to be worrying? And then specifically, I will ask about Trump in a second. But Roger Stone and other potential co-conspirators, do they need to be worried? I've got a big old legal heartache right in the middle. Oh, yuck. Kathy Rollins says, Sandy Hook parents' lawyers say there are intimate moments recorded with Roger Stone. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't know what that means. I don't care. I don't want to know. People like Roger Stone. This is a prosecution. Those are prosecutors, and it's multiple prosecutors. And that's Trump, not the emperor. That's Trump the man. Secrets. High priestess's secrets. What they've done coming back to them. Hemming them in. Massive legal heartache. Didn't listen to reality. Refused to listen to reality. You can't let on there, sweetie. You'll pull up I would let you lay on the keyboard because I totally enable you, but it will pull up stuff. So he just not listening to, it wasn't stolen. Don't know what your deal is. This is convoluted. It feels like the energy's convoluted. So, okay. 4630. 4630. Will this, well, this is my phone, but will Alex Jones's phone incriminate Donald J. for Genius Trump? Messages. Who knows? Maybe something recorded on his messages from missed phone call. I don't know. Will Alex Jones's phone incriminate oh my gosh, there's evidence. And I've got a justice card right in the middle. And this is the left going after, which could also be Biden's DOJ. And in the end, you can't pretend things didn't happen, or can't pretend things weren't said. Having fewer and fewer ways to spin things. It was the people around Trump as well. Insult to injury. Donald Trump runs his mouth when he's around Alex Jones or people like that because he thinks he can, so he can just let it all fly. We are going to see a lot of what's on that phone. That's what I'm getting. Now, I would have thought that Donald Trump would be more careful about messages he sends or what have you. However, I wonder, actually, I just had a thought. You know, Alex Jones is like super paranoid. 49. Did Alex Jones, legally or not, record his conversations with Donald Trump? Did Alex Jones record his conversations with Donald Trump? Because he is paranoid. Oh, dear. That's my card of evidence. It starts with a messenger. Thank you, Green Nightingale. There's a messenger. There's a big showy forward movement in justice. People sharing that information. January 6th, committee, Biden's DOJ, people doing civil cases. He's going to get comfortable on that witness stand, Alex, because you're going to be there a lot. This is him in big legal hot water. And this is the decent, actual country-loving Americans in this country raining on his parade, and we are pleased. So, but this comes down against Alex Jones. I wonder if he could get indicted for unlawful recording. Does this hurt Trump? Does it hurt Trump? Not really. It doesn't help. There's a lot. It hurts a lot. It hurts people around Trump, people who were involved in January 6th and what have you, to try to get that fake victory. Isolation. These idiots thinking you will only get your country back with violence and stupidity. Trying to get evidence thrown out of court. And the way things have been done, forget it. A lot of sleepless nights. A lot of sleepless nights. Wow. Whew. Is there anything I'm missing? Is there anything I'm missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've done 10 questions already. But we've got to go on to the next. We've got to go to the next topic because it's also glorious. Not as glorious because we can't watch a hearing, but oh yes, Susan, did the attorney turn the info over on purpose? Okay, where are we? We're at 53:45, 50. Let's just say 54. Okay, 54. Did someone turn over Alex Jones' phone, entire phone, on purpose to bring everything out or to hurt him? Let's see. Yeah, because I agree. Trillium Tarot saying, I had the same question. Jones's attorney didn't seem to care about the mistake. Yes, apparently the plaintiff's attorney actually contacted Jones's attorney and told him about it. And Jones's attorney never made a motion to suppress the evidence or nothing. Crickets. Zippo. So did whoever turned in the phone, did they do it to hurt Alex Jones? Wow, there's so much, the energy around this guy and everyone around him. It's so dark. It's like it's making my third eye ache. That doesn't usually happen. Okay. Did they turn over Alex Jones's information on purpose? Because he's so odious. Desert Dawn says, but he used the mistake to request a mistrial. Yes, but it was denied. Green Nightingale says maybe the attorney wanted his conscience cleared. Now let's see. Well, this at the end feels like Alex Jones tripping and falling on his face, metaphorically. Okay, so it was stolen, quote unquote stolen. It shouldn't have been sent. It has a ton of information on it, bringing things to light. There may also be some communications with some white supremacists or that type, and really seeing somebody wanted the whole Alex Jones experience out there. Tiffany Lilly says, I believe his response was just disregard. Uh-huh. I don't think it was his attorney. It may have been somebody in the office, but his attorney's just like, what? His attorney's just incompetent and then made stupid decisions. But Shay Laughter says maybe his lawyer was paid off. This card in the center feels like his lawyer, and his lawyer's just clueless and charges a lot. And there are the messages. There's the messenger. Sorry, the messenger, insult to injury. Somebody wanted his, how awful Alex Jones really is. I mean, you think he's bad now. Once we hear more about what's on that phone, I think we're going to reach a whole new level of ick. I mean, like, get out your waiters levels of ick. Eileen says that was my feeling. Someone in the office decided to send it. Browen says the lawyer Jones hired has done this before. Oh, okay. And there was someone who said something similar earlier. I'm so sorry I missed it because I like to give you guys credit. But he's done it before, so he's clueless. But there is somebody here. There is somebody in like this guy's office, because there are quite a few people in law offices. They find him so odious. Does the person who sent it still have a job? Yeah. Think it was a woman. Somebody knew this was it was maybe if the lawyer's done it before, sure, but what this feels like is the person who actually knew some other people in the office who knew what was on that phone were like, this is a bad idea, but he's so awful. On a much, much, much smaller scale. Terry Solar says, is this enough to have the lawyers disbarred? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I will tell you this much. Back when oh gosh, it's been like a decade since I worked at a bookstore. But I remember one day, one of the managers asked me if I would help build out an end cap. And an end cap is we've got aisles of merchandise right on the ends that display. Well, we had these particular plastic pieces that you could hang off the sides in the bookstore, and you could put individual books in those with their face out so you could see them. And they would get information from corporate out in New York saying, put this many books on this end cap. And the manager was like, hey, will you do this for me? And I was like, yay, because that's the kind of stuff, that was why I wanted to work in a bookstore. It's doing that kind of stuff. And oh my gosh, we won't talk about cashiering because the stress was it's just not for me. Anyway, so it's about a decade ago. So I gathered the books together and I started putting them, it was what, like 8-10 books, and I'm putting them out on display. And I looked at them. It was like, oh, sorry. So when the manager came back, I said, okay, I did it. And he's standing there, he's looking at it. And I said, I didn't put them in alphabetical order. We weren't told to put them in alphabetical order. It's something I would have done because I'm, persnickety. And I said, I didn't put them in alphabetical order because that would have put Glenn Beck's book up at the top at eye level. So I've put him down there, and they're just random. Because they didn't tell us what order to put the books out in. So I made sure Glenn Beck's book was at the bottom. And I remember the manager standing there just looking. Like he was thinking about it. He said, yeah, all right. He walked away. So I know that's just one end cap in one bookstore in all of America, but I was no way unless I was absolutely told you must. There's no way I was putting that jerk's book at eye level. Thank you. No, not happening. Okay. Let's go back to this because let's ask at 102. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yep. 102.30. You ready for this? Soak it in, kids. Justice Department sues ex-Trump aide Peter Navarro to produce White House emails. Last December, the National Archives became aware that Navarro had used a personal email account to send and receive official emails while an advisor to the president. The complaint alleges wrongfully retaining communications covered under the Presidential Records Act. And I had pulled up I had pulled up a couple of things on Twitter about Alex Jones, but anyway. So yeah, we're reading on Peter Navarro, and anybody if you can't remember who Peter Navarro is, the jerk who kept going on Ari Melber's show and talking about the Green Bay sweep, that's him. So the DOJ is suing ex-Trump aide Peter Navarro to produce White House emails. Will he? Will he not? Will there be legal ramifications? Oh, Peter Navarro, Mr. Entitlement himself. He does not want to turn those over. He didn't just run his mouth on Ari Melber's show. Boy, did he run his mouth in communications with others. Oh, completely unsteady. Trump. Death card. Overturn the election. Overturn the election. Trump. They are the word, if you'll excuse me, is damning. The oh my gosh, his communications are bad. And here he is, Mr. Entitled. What is it Sarah said the other day? Oh, the caucasity of it all. legal decisions. Choose wisely, because if you're a thief about this, well, guess what? Ultimately, the DOJ can go to the company, where the servers are that were holding those communications, or Sweet Sugar Jones is saying, I loved Ari's face during the Navarro spillage. Oh, it was beautiful. Linda Sue says he thought he was doing a famous guy book tour. So, Peter Navarro, how's this going to go for you? Well, these are big legal problems at the beginning. The center, he still thinks he can bully his way out of it. Oh, maybe I'll give them 1. Maybe I'll give them 2. Whatever. No. There's more. And I'm getting the D word again. Damning. Oh, these communications. Oh, he does not want to turn these over. All right, so you don't want to turn them over. So are you going to be... apparently he's a big yoga official. He loves yoga, which is why he's so fit. So are you going to be doing some prison yoga? Okay. This does not look good for Peter Navarro. The card for the reading is the High Priestess, the card of higher wisdom, but also secrets. At the beginning, we've got Temperance with the Queen of Pentacles. So it's not like the DOJ has gone rushing straight at these people. They started with the little tiny fish, the little tiny shrimps. But they've worked their way up, and they've gotten to the stage of looking at who those Republicans were planning this fake victory. And Navarro standing up and thinking they can do, stand up, and he'll just tell them, and they'll, of course, no one would ever convict him of anything. Au contraire, I've got you standing up, and you have got the death and the world card on either side of you. This is so bad for Navarro. The energy is so bad. Whew. Wow. Man. Yikes. All right, so at 109, Eileen had a question here. 109. DeSantis just suspended the state attorney, Andrew Warren, who refused to enforce the abortion ban. Will this end up in court? Who will win? Will Florida law end up in front of the Supreme Court? No. The last part's going to be a no, because the Supreme Court's already thrown it back to the states. So they're not going to take something. They're like, we give it back to you. Deal with it. But DeSantis just suspended the state attorney, Andrew Warren. Will this end up in court? DeSantis. His energy, I get everything at the base of my neck, right back here. I mean, yeah, I get normally, you get knots in these muscles right here, but this whole area right here feels so stiff. And, wow, I should not have done that. Hurt my hand. Hard, inflexible, So DeSantis, people not enforcing your draconian laws. Nobody likes your laws, especially women. Most women. I've got a justice card. Yikes. I've got a lot of energy, but it's all on the right. Who's willing to step up? There's Biden. Every time I read on this type, or almost every time I read on this type of question, Biden is somewhere in there. Him and his DOJ trying to protect women. This is people leaving the state. This is not going to be a glorious win for DeSantis. I mean, it may not go entirely the way of Kansas, but Kansas, who just said, nope, bud, nip. But this is not going to go great for DeSantis. Biden there, Biden's DOJ, right there. Big, big showy court stuff right in the middle, far right on the defensive. I'm glad to see it. But yeah, I wouldn't hold out hope for the Supreme Court doing anything decent. Speaking of the Supreme Court, at 1:12, 1:12. Will the makeup of the Supreme Court change? Justices leaving, others added, before decisions can be made in high-profile cases before them that are this coming docket. Oh boy. All right. Will the Supreme Court change? Will the makeup of the Supreme Court change? Well, I mean, other than Justice Jackson, obviously. Other than that, will the makeup of the Supreme Court change? Before they get too far into the new docket. Makeup of the Supreme Court change. It's going to take too long. No, they're going to make some more draconian, awful stuff first. Yep. Thanks, Trump. Authoritarian, patriarchal Trump, the messengers of the far right, secret agendas, far right agendas. We think they're not secret, but there's still some secrets over there. The Republicans planned for years and years and years to make this happen. And while there is some dissent, there's new justice there. That's great. And there are going to be certain cases that the far right will find themselves a little bit more on the defensive. Really, we've got a sitting pretty card. No, this is the makeup of the Supreme Court. That's what I'm reading on here. Yeah, it's not changing soon enough. I'm afraid, I'm sorry to say, the Supreme Court is going to inflict more damage before things can change. Yeah. Trillium Tarot, what? Jones's attorney asked a jury to limit damages to $8, $1 for each of the compensation charges they're considering. Well, he's a blank of blank. So, all right. I'm going to stop there. I'm actually kind of tired. But that was so awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 questions. All right. 14 questions, an hour and 15 minutes. Yep. So I like to stay on for at least an hour and try to get to 12 questions. And I have done that and more. So I'm going to be back tomorrow. And thank you so much for these great questions. I'm going to move these questions over onto tomorrow. But do come with more. I didn't have enough today when I started. But, Alex Jones is the toxic gift that keeps on giving. Anyway, thank you. All right. So that's going to do it for me for today. But thank you so much. I will be right back here tomorrow. It is 1:32 p.m. here in Chicago. At 4 o'clock, I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel to do creative sprints. You're always welcome. Sarah won't be there today. It's her day off. I don't know what those are. I hear they're fun. Anyway. But other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. All right. You're not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. I mean, just watching the Jones thing. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.